Right now, somewhere in the middle of the ocean, a sailor is climbing into a rack 30 inches wide with 4 hours until his next watch. The curtain closes, and before his eyes even settle, the wall shakes as a jet has caught the arresting wire directly above him, shuddering the entire compartment. Boots hit the metal floor across the room. An intercom crackles down the corridor. He keeps his eyes shut, because the noise is no longer something he fights. It is simply something he lives inside. This is not a rough night. It's every night. And eating, sleeping, and staying clean inside that reality is far more complicated than anyone on the outside ever sees. On an aircraft carrier, rank is not only about who gives orders. It decides the size of your living space, the quality of your mattress, and how much control you have over your own day. Senior officers have private staterooms. Junior officers share quarters with one or two others. But the lowest-ranking sailors on the ship, E1 through E4, share a single berthing compartment with up to 60 people. Sometimes the number goes higher. These are the youngest sailors on board. Most came straight from high school. They run maintenance, clean the decks, support flight operations, and handle the physical work that keeps a 100,000-ton warship functioning around the clock. And yet, they carry the least say in how any part of their day runs. Their schedule is not built around rest or personal need. It is built entirely around the ship's operation. Everything else, when they eat, when they sleep, and when they get a shower, is arranged around whatever time is left after the mission is served. That structure does not bend. And that is the only way to understand what daily life at the bottom of a carrier actually looks like. There is no standard morning for a junior sailor on deployment. Waking up is not decided by rest, the watch rotation decides it. Traditional schedules ran 5 hours on watch, 10 hours off, which sounds manageable until you realize those hours rotate across the full 24-hour clock. A sailor could start a shift at 3 a.m., then come back at 6 p.m., then again at midnight. There is no consistent sleep window, no weekend. But here is what makes it even harder. The hours between watches are not free time. Between standing watch, cleaning stations, maintenance rounds, divisional training, and safety drills, the day is completely filled. A 4-section schedule might look like this. Wake up, stand watch, eat, clean and maintain equipment, train, stand watch again, eat again, sleep, then repeat. Studies found that junior sailors average fewer than 5 hours of sleep per night during deployment. The Naval Safety Center links fatigue to nearly 80% of all shipboard mishaps. And still, the schedule does not change. Sleep on a carrier is not something that is scheduled around a sailor. It is something he chases between everything the ship demands from him. When the watch ends, he has one window to use, and the compartment waiting for him at the end of that corridor does not make it easy, because the space designed to give him rest is the same space working against it. Junior enlisted sailors sleep in berthing compartments where racks are stacked 3 high along the walls. Each rack is 6.5 feet long and 30 inches wide, narrower than a standard twin bed. Vertical clearance is about 5.5 feet, which means sitting up straight is not always possible. The mattress is foam, roughly 3 inches thick. A small curtain is the only thing separating a sailor from everything happening around him. Berthing compartments run 24 hours a day. Sailors are coming off watch, lacing up boots, setting alarms, and moving through. The lights stay on. The ship's engines push a constant vibration through every wall. On Nimitz-class carriers, some of these compartments held up to 200 people. The wall shook every time a plane landed, and the hydraulic gear groaned through the night without stopping. Ford-class carriers reduced compartment size to 40 sailors and moved lounges away from sleeping areas. But even with that improvement, the rack is still a narrow, curtained space inside a room that never fully goes quiet. Sleep happens anyway, because the alternative is standing watch for 4 hours with none. If you respect the men and women living through this every single day, type "proud" in the comments below. Meals on a carrier happen 4 times a day. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, and mid-rats, the midnight meal for sailors working overnight shifts. Each window is scheduled around watch turnovers. Miss it, and the meal is gone. That is the structure, and it does not adjust for a shift that ran long or a drill that went over. The scale behind those 4 meals is staggering. Aircraft carriers produce over 17,000 meals every single day. On the USS Harry S. Truman, 114 culinary specialists work across multiple galleys every day. They break down over 1,000 pounds of chicken, hundreds of gallons of milk, and enough lettuce to fill a small warehouse before most sailors even report for duty. The menu rotates on a 21-day cycle. Supply ships deliver between 400,000 and 1 million pounds of food every 7 to 14 days through underway replenishment. That means transferring supplies between 2 ships while both are moving through open ocean. As the gap between resupply stretches, the fresh food disappears. Sailors know exactly how long it has been since the last delivery just by looking at their tray. Hygiene follows the same tight logic. Each berthing compartment shares a head with 3 to 4 shower stalls, split between 80 to 100 sailors. The Navy shower is standard. Wet down, cut the water, soap up, rinse, and step out. The entire process takes 3 minutes and uses roughly 3 gallons. A regular shower at home runs closer to 60 gallons. There is no time to linger because there is always a line forming behind the curtain. Now let's go back and look at everything together, because this is where the full weight becomes clear. Below deck, there is no sunlight. A sailor in engineering or maintenance can go weeks without stepping outside. The only way to know whether it is morning or midnight is by checking a clock. Artificial lighting runs around the clock. Air cycles through ventilation ducts, recycled and stale. That environment alone would wear on anyone. Combine it with 5 hours of sleep, 12-hour shifts, restricted space, and complete separation from normal life, and the physical toll becomes real. Research consistently shows that extended deployments increase stress, anxiety, and emotional fatigue. But somehow these sailors keep going. Not because of the conditions' ease, they keep going because they adapt to them. They learn to fall asleep despite the noise, because waiting for silence means never sleeping. They learn where the rhythm of the ship allows a small window, and they move inside it quickly. Over time, functioning within those limits stops being a struggle and becomes the only way they know how to operate. The ship never stops, and neither do they. While the world watches jets launch off the flight deck, the sailors keeping that machine alive are deep inside it, eating on rushed schedules, sleeping in slivers of time, running on less than most people would last a week on. No headlines, no recognition, just the same demanding routine, repeated every single day for as long as the deployment runs. That is the life, and they carry it without complaint.